How about this one? Chernobyl was running a fast neutron reactor. That's a good one, right? Just okay. I guess this is my dysfunctional CIA family part. She's 67, something like that. Because I was 66. The Elie Wiesel one, but it's also 66. So I was out chopping some sticks today. Spent a lot of time doing that in the yard. I chopped branches down and got it consolidated so I can make a compost heap, something that actually works out the sticks, branches, leaves. Because when they dry out, it's impossible. So nice when they're still green. And I was out there for hours just puttering around, I guess. And then I was thinking, and I do my best thinking, just like when I go out on the street. So I came up with some stuff. I've been having, I guess, a couple of videos I put up, but they're so fucking long and coming and going convoluted. I went to a city council meeting on Wednesday, and Officer Chestnut stole my credit card. It fell out of my, it dropped like when I went through metal detector. Instead of going back in my pocket, it fell on the floor, I guess. And one of the cops picked it up and gave it to Officer Chestnut. And he says, "Who's that?" And says, "My wife's name was Maria." And he won't give it to me. And she called and she complained. And so he stole it. She's reported it stolen. Got a new one. But now I'm thinking, God, that's just even to be. God, he has body cam on too, I think. So I got all that. I'm supposed to get Discovery, all this stuff. Is it called Discovery or whatever, my evidence? Okay, then I was downtown Fort Myers, I guess. What was that? Like Thursday. So this is the end of Friday night. So Thursday I was there. I went all around, and then there's a horrible Brunhild, they call her that. Ann Stringer, who I went to Thanksgiving with, the CI rat line, she's the one who invented the Brunhild. The concentration camp guard, like big boss lady. Or going around horseback, stripping off prisoners' tattoos to make lampshades and all that. Even though the girl hadn't worked there for 2 years, and her husband had been executed by his own SS, the commandant's wife from Buchenwald. All roads lead to Buchenwald. That's from a title of something I'm going to do. All roads, I'm going to write some stuff up. All roads lead to Buchenwald. That's where Elie Wiesel got last camp, and he was liberated. Damn shit. But they had her. God, her voice. She's made for. She gets people arrested. She said I had my orange shirt's like peach color. She has these things. She knows how to professional 911 color. She doesn't fucking. I wasn't even down where she was. Like she came up at me, said don't film her, and I wasn't. It kept going this thing for a long time. The police came to talk to me one time. And I was back there later. She acted like she hadn't called. Oh man, all this shit. And she left. And then everyone who wasn't nice, they're all nice. Everyone changes. And then this one cop I talked to before, he looks like, you know what I mean? Like he looks like a white salamander, an albino salamander. He must be related to the one. There's one that's a sheriff deputy, and he's really cool. He looks like like he's been in the Navy. Looks like he just is works in a submarine. He does the court stuff. He's really cool. But you know what I mean. He looks like a white salamander. So there's a taller version of that. Dang, I was getting that space out because I don't know I was looking at everyone. That's a good one, right? Albino salamander. And then I was telling these cops all this stuff, and yeah, they were in their body cam too. And then finally at the end, that one said something, and you said a whole bunch of nothing. And he kind of mumbles that whole bunch of nothing. I made him say it. So I was like a little upset at him. But so later, God, man, they got back at him. Like way later, it's like I'm going by the jail, Lee County Jail. It's like after hours, gonna go look at the front of the court. And so I'm walking by the jail entrance. For people, like if you get bailed out, you walk out of that door. I guess it's open all night too. And there's all these people in there. I go in there, and it's like all kinds of prisoners. One guy handcuffed mine's back, and all these cops. Fort Myers police. And I go, and I come back, and I go away for a while, and I come back later. And it's funny what they had done is a guy, some Fed guy or attaché, he had got himself arrested just to drag those damn cops in there. So that white salamander guy was there, albino salamander. Dude, the Fort Myers cop that had bugged me. And it's funny because I'm making fun of it. I go in there and the one dude is like, maybe it's him. It's like, what, is he supposed to be here? Can he be here? Like, and it just kind of winds down. No one says, I can't, because it's like the whole thing anyone's there is because I'm supposed to go there. It's inflicting on that Fort Myers cop, probably. It's funny as shit, man. And it's funny, and I go away because I don't want to do it if it's just being like I always think YouTube does it or something, or that whole fucking shit, but maybe not. And then I come back later, maybe I circle the whole damn thing or just walk all the way, because it's like halfway around the building to go to the front of the court and then all the way back to that jail entrance. I go back there and they're still there. Guy's can't find his back and he's complaining. See what the way they did it is like he's got like a little, like he said, I didn't know, I thought time to register, I came down here and they said I was already been here too long. Something, so they got arrested. It's like he was supposed to register where he lives, like that kind of thing. And but he's a little bit late. And so he's got a warrant out, or it's just like as soon as he says it or whatever. And so then they call, but that's all arranged. And then they call the Fort Myers police. They have to go in there because that's how they do it. And then the sheriff deputy guys come and get him and just drive him around the corner to the fucking jail, to the booking, whatever the hell. It's so funny. But it is, they did that. And I was getting to say that. I was running my mouth. I run my thing, all my CIA stuff or whatever. So it's kind of funny. It was kind of funny. But, like, see, everything is just what they do. Like, if I think about what I lived, like, it wasn't, like, this was what I'm supposed to see it and think, And even what I came up with, I don't know, Chernobyl, like, possible, right? Could be an actual accident. They did have fast neutron reactor. It wouldn't be any different, would it? No, it would be. It would be, wouldn't it? Because it'd be like, when that stuff sort of splashes out. Some of the shit, not because of, God, they'd be like running the fucking, what is it called? God, not like mercury, like sodium or something. Sodium cooled or something. All kinds of shit. You wouldn't have the graphite as much. That's another thing when they say there's chunks of graphite burning. Now look that up. Try to find. Look up graphite burning. Okay, so in a pencil, graphite on a pencil. Try to burn that. I gotta just go fucking do that. Actually, I should even do a video. Try to burn that shit. And look how weird it is. Can it burn? Can it burn? Where's the video? I burned it, or I can't burn it, or is it just chemical reacting? Or kind of like, can you get it to oxidize and kind of go away under heat, or does it not? Because the shit don't burn. That shit don't burn like that. But it could be like glowing red. But that's weird. It ain't gonna be burning, and they're not gonna be burning because of that. It wouldn't be some other carbon, would it? I think graphite doesn't burn, and they fuck around with it. And they'd even make that just so it stands out. It's like, wait a minute, cognitive dissonance. But okay, so damn, first, and then Fukushima 30 years later, maybe. They need to throw some of that up in the air, like more, maybe cover it. They need some isotopes in the atmosphere around. But fuck. All right, so okay, it's about when we went to Jamaica. So I was in Minneapolis and we went on a field trip to Jamaica. Maybe it's late February or March. It's probably March, right? So it was a school year. It's 8th grade is God man, 70. So 79, March of 79, something like that. So we went to Jamaica. We come down here to Florida to take our bus. Our school bus has to drive. 40 kids on it, something like that, or 40 people. 40 people. Maybe that includes the driver, but I think not. 40 people on a 60 capacity school bus. It's like 2 in a seat. You can't fucking sleep. 3 days to get down to Florida. And then we get a charter plane. And because that's how they are, man. Like their comfort zone, they're like CIA comfort. Oh, yeah, just charter a plane and fly over Cuba. We look down and there's Cuba, and then to get to Jamaica. Man. So they were giving me that stuff there. They were giving me the puberty blockers when I was down there. They don't miss a beat, man. And it is that girl is actual CIA. She is. She's like that. Well, she's better than Diane. Diane's garbage, but she's like that thing. Like all the way. So I come out of my little room. I get this little room. So I'd walk out into the main room, which is the bedroom, and her bed's right there. In this other bed. So those two girls. But she's a teenage girl. Maybe she's in the 11th grade or something. Kind of guessing. Something like that. She for one night she had the boy in the bed, and that's gay as fucking hell. Looks like you want to get out of there. He's like a model. He looks like a model or something like that. And then she's like, got him. I think say, oh, the cartoon. Name him George. Take him. And I've hug him. You know that Bugs Bunny. I'm like, oh, catch him and name him George. That's how it was, man. That's like her reward. And the guy is like, oh my God, he's awful. That boring shit. That's where it's coming from, man. They got a couple of those of that, and that is their thing, and they'll even work it. Like, and they're already turning tricks, all that shit. I want to be with her. And that was her little thing, get to have that. And she's gonna be like, yeah, get that in the bed. And like, it's so fucking obviously, like, it's almost like he's like, has sheets in between, like I was talking about. He wants to have a sheet in between them or something. Like, I gotta be here. Man, that guy's fucking, it was only at one time. But, okay, she did a couple things. Like, she said, so my flash on my camera went off. And then she said, and she knows it flashed. And she said I was like taking a picture in the shower. And she knows it's a lie. Because the bathroom, you go way up over to some dryers and stuff. And to this other thing and this, that. And she knows it's not true. But like, I think it's one of their practice things. Because she did this other thing too. Like where they have a lie. And they, even though they no, it's not. They just, they're intractable. They don't ever undo it. Like, oh, I know you didn't, or something like that. It's just that, and don't do it again, on their authoritative thing. Like, it's a practice thing. And she jumped at it. I'm pretty sure. Okay. And the other thing she did, other than that, she was nice, like these two things. And the other thing, because you're shitty then. She's really awful. Like, I'm being punished, all kinds of shit. And see, the thing is, she got also her whole motherly thing because they're paying her or whatever the fuck. It's like that. And then the motherly instincts kick in. There probably is a thing, right? It's like, and that's where it's coming from, that whole emotional thing with me and her. Because she was really nice, taking care of me. But it's like that's her job. And so, like it's like a babysitter kind of thing, a certain way. So she's like really nice, giving me life advice kind of in a way. She was really cool. And she's all the way. She's CIA. You know, she's on that track. She's going to be. And she was. Brown hair, right? And kind of curly. And she's like nice and female fat. She's not fat, but she's not skinny. Just remember about her. And she's so much like my cousin, you know, with a nuclear Navy top security clearance. You know, that, and that girl that my cousin, like that, the girl that was kissing me. So I didn't get any kisses in this one. Reminds me of that, these girls. And they work them. My uncle did that shit too. Okay, so we're all in Jamaica. This is all in Kingston. Okay. So the other thing she did when we were down there is we had this cool teacher, Hispanic. I guess he is Hispanic, or he just seems like it. I think he is. And maybe he has glasses like that. Because I always think of Daniel Ortega. Was that Daniel Ortega already? Like, or is he's just like that? I always think of him when I think of Daniel Ortega. I think of him. Maybe that Daniel Ortega's a little later, but maybe that time. But it's like based on it. It's that same thing. The guy was kind of cool. Okay, so he evidently had a pocket, not a knife, like doesn't fold though, like that. And so the girl said I had stolen it. Like she said they were looking for it or something and found it, and she found it in my room that I had stolen it. So she had lied and planted it like that. And so I had to go talk to him, and he said, "Oh, you stole my knife and all this stuff." And it always stuck out because like he I said I didn't, and I know he'd had to believe me, and it's weird. He could tell, and then but he didn't. He wound it down, and he's got that thing. It reminds me of that thing when I say being on hook with the feds and all that. Like he wound it down. He just said, "Oh, don't do that again." Like he forgives me, kind of like that, and not to do it again. But he knew it wasn't true. But he had to keep it that way, and so I also think so. He had to keep it that way, but he also didn't know how it plays out. He didn't maybe know that, you know, maybe like that setup could have been that I would have taken it and all that. So I had really done it for some reason, but then he didn't know. He didn't know that I hadn't taken it before. I think that he realized. So that's interesting. She had done that and lied, and I think that's partly a practice, just to get him to do things and have that negative, like, or have that thing you're naughty and stuff, except they're fucking lying, except they're all framed you up, and then they can be all like big hearted, forgive, and then they just work it. It's a thing. Man, I wish I remembered some more. I would have remembered if I was years ago. I used to remember everything. But that's that. She was there. Like, I gotta come out of that room. Her bed's right there. Walk across, and then go over to the bathroom. There's like this window thing to the bathroom, but you can't get through there. And the laundry's in there, my room I was in. So a weird closet thing, and it's got the windows to the outside. Yeah, so that girl was the one giving me my pills, or whatever it is, puberty blockers. I'm sure of it. Because we were down there for 10 days. I'm sure of it. I figured it out today. And also on the last day or something, I got a earache. It got really bad. And it got really bad. I had to go so all the way on the bus ride back up on the airplane, and then on the bus. It was really bad. I had to go to the doctor when I got back to Minneapolis. And I used to get earaches when I was a kid from swimming, supposedly. And then I never got them later. When I grew up, just didn't get them. And so then I was thinking, God, that's that. It's, come in your room at night and put something in your ear. And then because I'd have to go to the doctor with it, Dr. Smith, before. So, yeah, I think they might have just fucked around. And it's also like, hey, let's do that. Can she do it? I think it is. I think it is. And then on the bus ride back, we fly into like wherever it is, Fort Lauderdale or down here, or whatever the fuck, to go back up. Probably not over this side. Probably not. On the west side. No, that's all the banana. Oh my God, no, that's the mafia. No, they couldn't do that. Shit, they get their ass handed to them. Probably, right? Shit. Because I'll tell you some more. That's that cheesy, like fucking domestic CIA. That is that university shit. I got this other thing too. But okay, so these two girls, they're each 10, and they're Indian. They went to the Indian school, like we had Indian school there. They're that Indian from up there, Minnesota. And they're hanging out with me, taking care of me on the bus, hanging out with me. And they really took care of me. Now I'm thinking back. I'm thinking they were babysitting me. Maybe someone like pays them or whatever the fuck it is like that. Because they're all like sympathetic and they really liked me. But now thinking back, it's about how it is if you get a babysitter or you're paid and then you're there and you get that attention, then it comes in. All those emotions just like that. Not really the hook of like, why were you hanging out with someone in the first place? And that's where I really connected with them too. Actually, I was hanging out with them down there too, down at the thing. And one more thing, I don't even want to say because like exactly because it's like it's about being young and stuff like that. So it's like, so even technical, but there's just some. They played a game. They had one thing. They ended up back up and when I got back up there to Minneapolis, there was a kid I knew that was he went to Indian school too. He's Indians, and we were kind of like, yeah, we'd hang out. He'd go out to the river with me a few times, but he was talking some stuff and asking something about something, and there's no way he'd know unless like it's too weird and they had done this shit on purpose. And I don't want to say what it is, but he connects to that. So I wasn't sure the Indian thing connects, and I'm gonna get to the thing. I might as well just say in case I fucking forget, because my dad said when I was down in Florida, maybe it's like he had come back up to Carbondale, Illinois, but from Homestead, Florida. It was here down in '86. With all that fucking Air Force, Colby part of the CIA, whatever the hell that is. And my dad said, man, it's weird all the black guys, how they accept you or something, because like you look like you're blonde hair, blue eyes, you look like Custer, General Custer, right? And it's weird. It's like, no, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. No, nothing. How would you even get to that? Actually, there was a guy that was from the Indian reservation, but he's white. He's blonde hair, blue eye. The old Indian, Joe, down here, because like, the Indians, they're shit. That's the code talkers and all the shit. So he said that about that. And where's that coming from? That's the artifact of like, oh, be careful in Minneapolis because they got the Indian school there, and that's the other shit, the other fucking side. They kind of watch and things, because they all pile up in a big pile, all this intelligence stuff. They don't like hide from each other. They all kind of keep your friends close. And so that's coming from that shit. Him and my uncle and whoever the fuck, and it's like Custer, right? That's coming from those Minneapolis. Thinking about them, and watch out for them or whatever. Man, I always had a feeling. I knew it when I went out west to the lady on the riding mower at the. It's not actually on the reservation. It's like she, it's right next to it. They're having a renaissance up there too. They were. What was that? 2014 or something, wasn't it? Or is it 15? No, 2015. That's right. Summer 2015. Going out through South Dakota and then on out to the Badlands. Okay. And she sat up perfectly straight, riding on the riding mower. It's like a yogi. And she knew, too. She knew. Okay. Damn, man. Okay, so yeah, they won't bring that one back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. Etiquette, switch it out. There you go. Cause that girl was like okay, so I got a little diverted with that. So we're down there in Jamaica. That was I'm gonna say so March of '79, something like that, for 10 days down there, right? Something like that. At the Abahiti Hotel, Kingston 1, Kingston, Jamaica. I was up on the second floor, I guess. That room, laundry room thing. Okay, so I told you before how when I first went down, I was fine. We go down on the airplane. I'm at the airport. I'm not thinking I'm sick. Seeing the guy fucking around with the ants, like banging a pipe. And then later, I'm back at the hotel, so I remember I'm sick. And so, like, coming on the bus later or whatever, like, coming up into the hotel, I'm sick, all fucked up. And the kid takes me up there to my room and turns on the light, and it flashes on and off and on and off, like it strobes. And they did that on purpose. They had drugged me, like I said. They had drugged me, and it wore off. I was okay the next day, but I was fucked up that night. Just fucked up, like how you feel when you have a fever and stuff. But I didn't throw up, I don't think. But it's like a fever and just messed up. And they had fucking drugged me. They like playing it and trying it and then whatever, fuck around when they're getting acclimated or however the fuck they do. And it's fun the girls are there or something like that. They don't even give a fuck. Just fucking do it. See, like, yeah, it'll work. Yeah, she's really sick, so we know we did it right. Like that. Okay, but so I don't know if they went out that night or the next night. Like everyone that's like 8th grade on up or something, but me, I didn't go out. Maybe that's like because I was sick, so maybe it is that night. Like everyone had gone out, walking around downtown. We're in downtown. We're in right around, so just a couple blocks away. We're in downtown shit. We're in the cool area. It's the fucking coolest shit there. They go, or it's got strip malls or whatever the fuck it is, cool shopping malls. But they went to a bar. A bunch of kids, all the high school kids, because it's like it goes up to 12th grade. So they went to a bar and some of them were drinking. And then they bitched. And it was a big scandal. And then they had to bitch and bring everyone. And said the principal, like that's up there, back up there in Minneapolis, he's going to get on their ass because he's supposed to be ready to close it down. He's a Mr. Grump, whatever. But he's like normal. That guy was cool as hell too. That guy was fucking cool. Maybe it is. He is trying to police him. He seems like that classic thing. He's like, is that Hubert Humphrey? That's the guy, right? Lyndon Johnson's vice president. Yeah, he's from Minneapolis, and man, they're going for the price on Wilson. My night. This ain't your night. But like he's just gonna clean the whole thing up or haul everyone back up there, cut it short, and it'd be trouble. And some find out, okay? Because they had a big old powwow talk, and everyone that's something like 14 years old on up stays to this meeting has to get talked to, even though they didn't do it, so to make sure it's good, and everyone else goes, and they look at me, the guy embarrassing the Geraldo guy or the Ortego guy looks at me like I'm embarrassing little weenie, so I crawled away to my weenie, even though I'm 14 already. I like took my weenie and went. Or whatever the fuck it is. 13. Oh shit. And that's even on purpose like that. Okay, but they made a big thing out of it. Had to do talkings. Now, this is only intuition, but these things are good to inspect, but that's the exact same thing. It's like this playbook, CIA playbook or psychological playbook. of incident in creating, as we had at Carbondale New School when the fire department came. Probably was in the wait. Oh yeah, yeah. I would have been in. I would have been in sixth grade. So I was like the school year of 76 to 77. The fire department or the township fire department. Yes, I guess the township fire department, whatever, out there. Or maybe it's Carbondale Fire Department. I don't know. We're out at New School out there up on the road, and they came out there and did their fire safety thing, and then they go, and then like a little bit later, and like that afternoon or something, the big old shed catches fire and just burns up. And then so the same guys same fire department had to come and put it out. And it's all fake, and they probably rigged it with them too. So that's at Carbondale Fire Department or whatever. That my mom had to get the black guys into it, because the Klan's actually in it. And Mike Stearns was there, Stearns boys. Well, probably both Stearns boys were there. Still, I don't know if his brother had been kicked out yet. Was it Jeff Stearns or something? His brother was bigger than him too, even though he's younger. They did that shit with Mike Stearns too. They put something on something again. They're doing something. Probably did, man. So, that was a Klan. He used to say he's in the Klan. It's a Klan, Southern Illinois Klan. But that's a complicated thing. And it goes with the Prohibition Wars and all that, and how that played out. However that works. I guess that would be Republican, wouldn't it? Well, it gets weird because like the Northern Klan is Republican, and they're both anti-Catholic, but anti-Irish and anti-Democrat. And then they had being against the unions and a lot of the people. So it'd be just a faction of Prohibition. Complicated. Bloody Williamson. And they go over to Williamson County. Man, the CIA lady, Diane, she had to live in Williamson. She wouldn't live in Jackson County. It's her safe spot. A little safer. She'd be just over the border in Williamson County. She gets on her CB before she drives to Jackson. Breaker 19. See if it's okay to go over there. And okay, so the fire department had to come and put the fucking fire out and all. And then they had a big thing where people had to be in trouble. Oh, and it's up to kids were all smoking, except for me. Like even my supposed girlfriend then. So no. So that's that. Oh, that's after my lip got bit, isn't it? Damn, man, isn't it? I think it's after the lip got bit. Yeah, that's like in the late winter or something. Maybe I'm guessing. Or yeah. No, it's fake shit. Yeah. But it's just intuition. But that whole thing, and that whole like bad and naughty and this that going around, that's like a thing. That's like their group psychology playbook. I think I just get that feeling, and it's the same shit as they did in Jamaica. So they had me tamped down, man. So I went to Minneapolis, and I hadn't been on this stuff for a few days, for a while. It got weird because I landed in the house before my dad's girlfriend moved in. So I guess I'm going a couple weeks without it, or however long. Get me going. And there was a thing. I went. I get so mature. Like that's so fucking opposite of like fucking mature, but like, man, and they tamped it back down. Because they don't have my dad doing it. That is so weird, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't tamp down. It kind of just stays the same way. But I had like a big like thing that could be like, wow, I'm going through puberty kind of thing. Because it's supposed to just kind of go real fast, and of course, if you want to, you get the whole fucking thing, right? Instead of just not slow. Damn, man. It is, man. And this other thing, too. This other time. Because it'll be like, yeah. Damn, man. Never mind. Yep. They did it, man. They fucking did. Yes, that girl's CIA, too. She's good. She's just like my fucking cousin. She probably got a nuclear clearance or something, right? You guys will know. Damn, man, no wonder we go wait for the bus and be like freezing cold. You could die or something. I thought it was like below. I thought it was like 20 below. I thought that's what it was. Like us kids, if one kid got, went the wrong way, they'd die. If they go like knock on doors and no one's there, you'll die, right? We used to just watch each other and worry. But really, there's some adult thing behind it. Now it makes sense. Like, and that it wasn't just like it was. Now, okay, so all of us at our little bus stop, there's the one girl that had the nose. And at the tip of her nose, she was cool too. She was maybe 12 or something. She was cool. But it sticks out like Nixon. It has that little flat thing. It goes flat and square and all that at the end of the nose. And it goes in curves. It goes up like a ski lift a little bit like that. And that flat square. And then, so Ukrainians, I saw a bunch of those when they had, maybe it's one of funerals. They had everyone going with that nose. Or maybe that's a fake out too. But maybe that's where everyone comes from. That Nixon's nose. Now, would they do the nose all the way back then? Touch it up a little bit and it doesn't mess up? Maybe not, or it's like something. Because she's like, she was really cool, but like she was, God, very responsible and stuff, but nice, but not pushing anything though. Damn. And then I was able to find her, of all people on Facebook, when I tried to do Facebook. She's the one who was there for our southeast free school, right? Not southwest, in the Motley building. Yeah, the blueprint of that place was on the internet before. I got that somewhere, probably. They tore it down, and they put that big old bridge there, but it wasn't like that big bridge in that highway they put in. It's all that new bridge and highway. It's didn't go over it. It was like it's off the side, but they tore it down anyway. Probably just for the fuck of it too. Down the memory hole, right? Because it probably was. They're running everything there. They're running all CIA shit there. Different shit. And then they got the Indians. Oh my God, they're going to try to do them. Right? Maybe not as much. Must be pushed back. My dad did say that shit about Custer. That's a fucking slip. It's a slip from that stuff and how they fret or whatever the fuck they do. I mean, it's after I'm saying, yeah, Bigfoot's flying around flying saucers cause lightning. I told him how Dr. Hand was saying that. And I've been in space shuttle and laser beam. They won't pay. And all the shit, right? That's getting damn, because that's my dad's thing. My dad knows that. It's a big thing. The reveal my uncle gave. At least keep you going. Yes, I cause lightning. So yes, you just wait. Or it's cool. Or they're like, at least you're having a purpose of life or something. You you think. But God, what was I saying? Fuck, man. Oh yeah, that moves around, doesn't it? Damn, man. I guess, right? Okay, fucker. Those fuckers. Okay, oh yeah, so I tried to be friends with her on Facebook, and Facebook said, you have to give us $1 to talk to her. Like, you need to send, because they're doing things. No one's ever done that. No one's ever heard of such a thing. Like, right? They don't do that, right? They just say, you have to pay $1. Come grovel, crawl across the floor. Because she ran the thing, or she does the thing for the, for that school. Yeah, I think she was the one. She does, or maybe I think she's like very important in it, in the, the alumni of that, right? Damn. Yeah, but they wouldn't let me do it. They wouldn't let me talk. Wouldn't let me do it. So I never talked to her. That's gotta be some weird shit, right? That is, man. Yeah, it's, man, like that fucking guy, Silence of the Lambs. Minneapolis and what is that? Minneapolis and what's your fucking Ohio and John Hopkins, right? Damn, man, my dad's from John Hopkins. So that's what that is. And the only time I went to a doctor up there, maybe, I just go stop and see his doctor, his lady doctor. And the doctor thought I was a girl, okay, at first. Because I used to have my hair long, too. I had all the way long hair, all the way past my shoulder. Like, I had really beautiful blonde hair and stuff. It's like that, so. And then my dad had remarked, oh, you didn't know that. But that's probably set up. They're doing that. I don't think they drew any blood, but maybe they did. I don't think they did. And she had to give me antibiotic for my ear. God, maybe they did, though. And she didn't look at my dick or anything. Didn't do any of that. So not like Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith is on it. Damn. Down in Carbondale. He's probably got some Nazi name. He's probably a Nazi. Is, man. That is, man. They got that stuff. They chopped kids' heads off to get that medicine. And they got it. They had it before they said it, and then they were doing it. And so what else? So yeah, so we're down in God, we're just down there at the hotel, and we didn't really do a lot of stuff. We hang around. I go out, but it's cool. Like, you're in the tropics, and we're in downtown, or in that area of Kingston, not out in the tourist area. So we just hang around and stuff like that, and then so teachers were doing something. Then we went on one trip all the way around. I think we went through the jungle and went to Montego Bay on the other side. Either you can go all the way around the island, or through the jungle, and it takes just as long, because the jungle goes up and down and around. The other way, you go way around the island to go from Kingston to the Montego Bay. So we went there. God, it was only 1-day trip, or no, maybe we stayed at a hotel there because it takes a day to get there or something. It's a long ass thing, right? Wasn't it? It probably was. Like, we stayed at one time at a hotel. You guys have to look at it, see how long. It probably is. And one of the teacher ladies, she stayed there. I think she didn't come back to the hotel with us because she had to fall in love with a black guy on the beach. But that's all fake. Was that Ollie guy? Wasn't it all? Odie wasn't there. I don't think he went to Jamaica with us, did he? God, if he did, he'd just blend in. He'd be like such a fucking... I think he wasn't there. You have to all be like, yeah, damn, man. And the one, it's so funny, and I feel kind of bad. This one kid wanted to get into the field trip, and he didn't get in because we kept raising money and stuff. But his dad owned a pizza place, and he's Italian. The kid was okay, and he didn't get to go. And we did different voting because we had limits of how many people we could bring, and he had only started later being in the thing. Maybe it just wasn't at the school before, and he really wanted to go, but he didn't go. And they said how many kids we can go, and he's on the he's on the kind of bump some other ones that don't do shit. But I actually voted for them because it's these teenage kids. I didn't really do anything. I should have done something. I didn't even come to the meetings. I feel bad about it. Try better. So I just voted him in because it's like, but that kid, like, it didn't qualify because like the thing, even though his dad had tried run a like a fucking pizza sale, had done that to raise money and stuff. And you could just pay. It was $250 a kid, but they'd raised the money, and my dad actually paid $250. Something to just, even though you don't have to, because it's like socialism. He's all like about it, but that's all their shit. It goes around. He's like, folks, is so full of shit, man. He's lying like a motherfucker. Yeah, look, he's so great. He's going up to the church collection box, but that kid didn't go, and that was a cool kid. He was like supposed to be genuine Italian, and now now you'd be like, oh shit. It's some weird off the side Bonanno thing, because it's all the way. Like, let me think. Okay, so he's good. He was plain good looking, tallish, and goes through puberty okay or something like that. But he'd come to school. He had a knife that he'd take with him, not a folding knife, regular knife. And then he said he had to cross some neighborhoods because he'd walk this long ass thing. He said across town. He wouldn't go on the buses because they fuck with you on all the buses. We had to ride the buses from the regular public schools and stuff, and they would fuck with us. And he didn't ride those, and I mean, he couldn't. He had to walk through black parts of town, and it's like gang shit and stuff. And so he had to pull his knife out, he said, some of the time. And he got in a fight with Boo once. Him and Boo were at it, and then Boo, he could just barely not beat him. Boo could beat him. Boo gets trained and shit. Boo gets trained. Because I've fought Boo, like, on the fucking steps. And it was later. I think Boo was actually better than... I could have fucking... If I had training and a little more something. Because I knew it. Like, I wanted to get Boo because he's annoying. He's really cool, though. I mean, but, I really wanted to be able to... I used to be more into that shit. Me and Boo on the stairs. This is where I got all banged up that first day. I just would not take no for an answer. I had to. I didn't know how to do this thing, block, hit this thing. He knew all that shit. Oh, that kid, that's fake. That's a fake fight. Fake fight. Oh, fake fight with Boo. Man, that was a setup. Oh, shit, motherfuckers, that was a setup. That was a fake out. That was a setup. It was, man, because Boo's older brother, his older black brother, he had his cool sister, too, come on. She was cool. She was badass, man. His older brother, like, came to school and he's talking all stuff. Get it, we're going to take over this thing, and it's all gang. It's gang, man. It's coming, man. It's like, shit. And he's like, this says, and his car is parked way down the street, and he sees someone else parking near his car. He's like, move that car. Like screaming it down, this white boy down the street. There's some guy like 19, 20. And he's like, what? Who? What? And he goes down there and just starts beating him. Hitting his head, and that's fake. They set that up, man. So another white boy. So Boo and fighting the poor Italian kid at the thing. That's all their shit, isn't it? And his dad owned the thing. And he's all nice. He's always got to be all nice. Oh, shit, that is, man. That is. Yeah. So they went at it for a while. He was disappointed. But he's supposed to be the guy. He fights. He goes and fights. He goes down and fights. Like, he'll get banged up or something. And now you know. Damn. That was, man. They wouldn't let that kid in. And their teachers did not want him in. But Mr. Ortega, Daniel Ortega, and stuff. It's like, no new banana. Fucking, oh, that probably was too, right? Oh, probably was, man. Maybe it's something. It's something, right? God, that is so funny. I felt bad for him, and even being late to the thing, getting in on the act or whatever, to God, I think maybe he was new to the school. He tried to get in, can't get in. Yeah, it probably is. Damn, man, I was not that kid. Man, he's like my ideal or something. Or I think, oh man, that stuff's intact. And it's all the shit I said. It is Bonino. Like they fucking get this pig off me, right? Fucking fats. Damn, man, that is, man. Shit, they wouldn't let him in. We even come back when we go to the thing. They had the fucking they had the what do you call the customs. They had them all wrapped up. That was like they had that all together, and they're not hiding, they're letting you know that the thing. Like they have that's them and their shit. Kind of, I think. Okay, so what else? Yeah, so that's that. Damn. And that girl, like, she doesn't stand out around the school. I don't fucking remember her otherwise. I don't remember. She'd be like, hither or thither or whatever. Off over here and up or whatever. That girl that's like was in the room with me. My man, yeah, she did, man. And she got to tell me she was running the shit down there too. She was running the other kids and shit. And they go straight to the Carbondale shit. That's the same shit. Same CIA crap. And the other guy's like, yeah, the Ortega guy's not with it. The same way, but they have to yield way, whatever. But yeah, they wouldn't let that Italian kid in. And his dad's up there. He owns a sub sandwich shop. Maybe it's pizza and sub sandwiches, and they're really good. Something like that. We had a big old like thing they made, like a big old event where we all eat like at school and come, and he catered it, and then like you pay money, and all that money goes to the thing. But we're talking too much, and kid gets disappointed. Man, now I fucking know, man. It reminds me, it is that Bonanno shit. It reminds me of my brother's friend and all that stuff. God, man. That is so funny. See, the thing is, if it gets to a high level, and like it's like I'm knowing this because they know. They can have it like standoff and be like, they pay and have people with their ideas and how they feel, but that's not really what it is. Like that, so you can fuck up too. And that's why I don't even like now. I'm not even like, it's like whatever. They're gonna have me think something, or they're just fucking making a big display for the fucking whole world or whoever, making a big show out of it, clown show and whatever, or helpful. But it's not like I can't figure out the thing. I'm trying to get the secret thing that to get it, and I'm not gonna get it from that. Except for like that, they tell me, but they'll be telling me all over the place in the media and everything. I'll look back at the 80s, 1980s, and watch the fucking news show, and they're fucking telling me. Now I know. I look at fucking the air traffic controllers strike, and it's all set up. It was all fake, all on purpose, like all that shit. Damn, man. And it don't matter. They'll do it like that Air India thing. I don't know that one, and the guy escapes. It's like, yeah, I got out, and it's like, and everyone's like, okay. It's like telling me something, and wait, won't everyone know or something? Like, no, no, and it probably always was like that, right? And they'll have it on layers and levels. Like, oh yeah, that's just you for your real estate and your drug thing and your this that, not like the thing. And people don't know, man. I fucking probably blew the thing open, man, with a fucking Kennedy thing, right? Kennedy did it. The assassination, Kennedy assassination just didn't happen. Didn't happen. That was all fake. And then the Holocaust. They ran the Holocaust. They did it. Fucking, they're all in on it. And that's the thing. That's why it's so fucking weird. That's the fucking. Well, it's that, and they have secret economy with a nuclear power. You know, it's fueling it, and then it comes from the Nazi stuff, and how the Jews like they got punked, they got fucking controlled, and then it comes up from that, and they can get access to money, but it's not necessarily some good thing. And they got and that's fucked up. The world's fucked up. You could get a genocide, like I mean, like Alex Jones says, like they depopulate. You know, actually, God, Axelrod. I have to do. God, man. His attitude. Yeah, they had me go around with him. I have to go in a car with him. You didn't even have to say it. And you know.